me, bitch. Now look who famous and rich. They threw they stones, and now they begging for loans. They threw they sticks, and now they riding my dick. They called me fag. Now I'm the one with the bag.
Hey y'all.
What's up? It's your boy Lamarcus and I'm back with another mukbang. You know what I'm saying? Got my daughter here on the radio with me. You feel me?
How y'all doing?
Alabama State University alum.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
G5.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We in this thing.
Period.
But today we're gonna talk about these parents, bro. You know what I'm saying? They ruthless. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Y'all hear me?
Chill. But we gotta understand hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't never pronounce his name.
Gabriel. However they say it, Gabriel Fernandez. For those of you who don't know, his mother and his mother's boyfriend murdered him, and murdered by torture at that.
Crazy.
So it's like, it's kind of one of those stories you just sit back and think like, dang, how can somebody that's supposed to love me and like literally gave birth to me can really, like, I know people say I gave you life and I can take it away from you, but like literally you took your own child's life away. And it's like, to even start with it, you know, her even not even wanting to even have him to begin with is another thing that I thought was very interesting too. And just the way she was brought up and her upbringing, I mean, it's no excuse for what she did at all. But it's like, when you do look at her life and analyze things that she did go through as a child, she was already mentally not there. She stopped going to school in middle school. Like after 8th grade, it was a wrap. Like,
and for those who don't know, you can find this story, the documentary on Netflix. You know, Netflix got the top 10 now. It's one of the top 10s. And so in there, what happened was, it was this young man. I think he was, what, 7?
He was 7 at the time.
7. And what they did was...
You hungry, you missed the pay.
Right. What they did was, they called... So, after one of the nights of them torturing this young man and beating him and burning him, all this different stuff.
Right.
They call, you know what I'm saying, did a 911 call or whatever, and he wasn't breathing. So, you know, going through proper protocol, they trying to get him to do CPR, all this other stuff. Ambulance get there, take him there. They end up putting him on the ventilator or whatever the case may be.
Family ended up taking him off.
Family took him off. You know, because in my opinion, I think that was what best. I wouldn't want them, that young man to be suffering.
For a while. Yeah, he would be suffering for a while if he did live. I get it.
Even if he did live and get better, it would have took a moment.
Right, but I don't agree with them cremating him.
I don't.
Because I'm like, all that and he still turned into ash. You know what I'm saying? Even though, what pissed me off so much is that, y'all, they had this little box in their room, their house. And they kept this little boy in that box. Like, they had 2 beds for the other children because it was 2 more kids in the house. They had beds for them, but they literally kept Gabriel in this box. Literally would feed him cat litter. Literally would just burn him.
It wasn't just
cigarette.
cat litter.
Right. It had shit in it. Yeah, like, I was like, wait, what? And then for me, I feel like the system's already like a fucking joke in my eyes. I'm sorry. I don't care. Whatever. But to say that they called the child services and they reported all of this. They did all of the things that they were supposed to do.
But that's why all the folks end up on trial.
Yeah, which I fully agree with.
The social workers, their bosses, they was on trial along with
them, and they got 10 years.
And they got 10 years, like, and I feel like they deserved it. Like, they neglected this young man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the teacher, she called and reported it. Twice. Twice. And then the one of the disturbing things to me was she talked to the principal, and the principal was like, we just report stuff. We don't investigate. We don't get involved. What?
The school system let him
I'm watching this man come to class every day, patches of blood and scalps that are healing, and it's just all kind of different stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cigarette burns in his head, and black eyes. Like, she explained where his eyes were closed shut, where it looked like he was a cat.
Yeah. And what's so crazy is at the end of the day, y'all, this little boy still loved his mama.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was one of the stories that they said, it was like they had Mother's Day activities, and the child was like writing stuff like, I'll do good, I love you forever, and stuff like that. And it's like, through all of this you're doing to your child every single day, you know what I'm saying? And then allowing your boyfriend, which is something that you females really need to get in your heads, that these men that are not your child's father are not your child's father. So as far as them putting hands on your child, that should be a straight negative at its own. Like, why you want to hit on my kid? Like,
it would be a different as if my step parent has been here since birth, and this is all I know as my parent.
Right.
That ain't the case.
They
you know what I'm saying?
7 months ago.
Only reason this man biological parent wasn't in his life is because his biological father, if you watch it, the system failed him, and he was locked up, you know, for various reasons or whatever the case may be. But the biggest thing of this all, their excuse for doing all of this to this young man was because they believed him to be gay.
But
mind you, only just because this man is he's softer than most men or most young guys at that time, you know what I'm saying? Or he has feminine characteristics, you know what I'm saying? I guess they believe they could beat the gay out of him.
Which is something that they do in, I guess, their culture, like the Mexican culture or whatever. They take that type of stuff serious. But however, you let your child go live with your
you
gay
ain't even let
uncle.
This man
right, but you let him go live with your gay uncle who had a spouse, you know what I'm
but
saying?
Then later on in life, the grandfather had a problem with that.
Yeah, but that's later on in life, after the fact the boy was healthy, happy,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's like one thing to just say that he was gay, because even the dad, the spouse, he didn't believe that Gabriel was gay, even though he lived with them. He just felt like he was happy and wanted to be loved, which is something that children all want. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they just want to be loved. Yeah, they might get on our nerves sometimes, but that's just them being children and not really knowing. But it's up to us to teach them those things. You know what I'm saying? So I was really heartbroken.
It was mind blowing, bro. Like,
and for him to have no emotion in the courtroom, and then for Pearl, his own mother, to get in the courtroom and act the way she did, like we owe her something.
The way she cut up in that, like, if y'all watch it, this lady cut up through the whole documentary, bro. Like, cutting up, like cussing at the guards in prison, like just doing unnecessary stuff. And you're upset because you're in prison for something you did.
Right, and then you seen that part when they left the recordings in their cells, but his wasn't working and hers was. Bitch wasn't even talking about killing the kid no more. She was talking about her sexual fantasies with him. I said, yo, who is this woman right here?
And like, so that's why they believe this whole thing of them torturing this young guy and having him trapped in this closet while they're doing each other sexual favors. It was like this game for them, or this some type of sexual,
fantasy fetish
for them. And I'm like, that's sick. Like, we have to understand, y'all, mental health is a big thing, bro. Like, it's a big thing. And now it has become more to the forefront than it has. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to push it back, but it's like, we can't no more. Like, it's getting crazy, bro. Like, the world
is really changing. Like,
y'all keep thinking I'm tripping when I keep telling y'all, like, the world is here. Like, and everybody like, well, we don't know the day, we don't know the time, we don't know the hour. I don't care what you practice, who you worship, none of that. Like, whatever you pray to that, and make sure you get yourself together, because y'all,
time away for no man. I promise you.
It's on the way, bro. Like, it's on the way.
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
Corona is the new plague of the century.
Right. Y'all haven't realized this is just the new century plague. Every year, and then I want to revert it to even the electional plague. Like, every year the election comes around, something come out. Ebola, swine flu, Ika virus, or Zika, whatever the heck that shit called. But every year. It come out, like, and but y'all be so careless until it actually be hitting close to home. This is the farthest a virus has hit close to anything that I've been around.
But
and I be wanting to stay home, and I work in public places.
These folks locking themselves in their houses, going to buy all the water and the tissue up out the store.
Y'all ain't never bought this much Lysol. Nah, Lysol ain't there.
I seen a post earlier today saying, now y'all children, teachers send these lists home every beginning of the year to send Lysol, Germex, all this stuff to school, and y'all don't buy it. But now this out, y'all want to go buy some Lysol.
Right. Now Lysol $40 a can. Babe, let me tell you.
Whoever created Lysol making a killing, baby.
Right now, because y'all is tripping.
Because I'm still buying the Great Value Walmart brand.
And babe, let's get into this whole wash your hands thing. Because let me tell you, if you should have been washing your hands, baby. Like, why is you so nasty? Why is that something that people have to consistently tell you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that something we have to, after you use the bathroom, you know you're supposed to wash your hands?
Even when I get through pumping gas, I like to use Germex.
I don't care what you got down there. You still need to wash your hands. Girl, Adrienne Bailon, off The View, said she don't wash her hands after she do number 2 in her own house. I said, oh, no. She said, and they asked her why, and she was like, because it's my house. Like,
girl, period. Girl. But that's all them different. You know, even with people don't even know.
But not everybody in the house sick but her.
People don't be understanding, even with your toothbrush and stuff, they tell you supposed to keep it in a toothbrush holder because even the fumes and stuff from your bowel movements and stuff can cause issues. Right. Like, you don't wash your hands. Don't come on my house.
You don't wash your hands, baby.
And then you trying to go in my kitchen.
That could be the first place people be going to the kitchen. Baby, did you wash your hands?
My grandma told me the other day, my little cousin came over there going straight in the kitchen after he got out of work. Go wash your hands.
I don't know where your hands been.
Even if I don't wash, we got Germex and stuff in the bathrooms and the kitchen and stuff. Like, keep Germex around the house. Like, so that you, because it got alcohol in it, but you also still need to wash your hands. Like,
that is crazy.
Because too much Germex ain't good for you
guess
either.
What? Are y'all folks going down to Miami? Let me tell y'all. Y'all better be safe. Because it's down there. And while y'all in that beach water, y'all think it's sea water.
Because I'm going to go to California at the end of the month. And it's out there. Y'all know my philosophy. If it's my time, it's my time.
But I'm going to have a good time.
One thing about it, I ain't live no boring life.
Right.
I ain't died happy. I ain't died sad. I'm a happy motherfucker. Shit probably ain't perfect, but it's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
I did everything I want to do. It ain't nowhere I ain't never been that I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never jumped out of no plane.
I'm not doing it.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Stuff
unless
like
it's
that.
Indoor. I don't even think I'm gonna do.
As far as like people like stuff that be on people's bucket list, I don't have stuff like this. I just like to live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the people y'all be talking about. They be like, you know what I'm saying? You always going to the club. When I want to go out, I take care of everything I need to do.
You always somewhere. Is you in Alabama?
Bills
paid.
paid.
Is you here? Is you? Why?
You always on the go. You always on the road.
I can't keep up with you over. That's not my
bills
problem.
paid.
Facts. My phone on, my lights on, my water on.
You can do whatever you want to do when you popping. Period. So.
You know, as I get older.
Ooh, them fries got me full.
I ain't even took a drink break.
He wasn't lying.
I don't even.
But
this where y'all, that just lets you know, like, love the people that's around you. You know what I'm saying? All that hurt and grief that y'all be having over these little petty arguments and stuff, it's not worth it. Because I promise y'all, I done seen it all. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing to even be sitting right here next to this one, because we done went through some stuff too.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We had our disagreements, had our moments. But that's what happened when it's all about growth.
Yeah, it's
and
like
you have to
growth.
Realize, like, certain stuff ain't.
You just gotta let go.
Right.
Let it go and move on.
It ain't worth
and
it.
if you don't want to move on with that person, that's okay. But let it go and move on.
At least, you know what I'm saying,
Pray
let it go.
about it, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be going to sleep with that stuff on y'all heart.
Like, then you won't be able to sleep. You're going to be waking up irritated. You're going to be mad at the wrong person. You're going to be done cussing.
And that's another thing, like, people don't be understanding, like, they keep saying all these different heart problems and stuff going on. All that stuff is connected to you mentally and spiritually.
Yeah.
It may be physically being transpired, but mentally and spiritually, y'all ain't right.
Yeah.
And so y'all heart's being attacked because of that.
Especially how nowadays, men not even eager to take up for a woman these days. They not eager to, you know what I'm saying, go to bat for another man putting his hands on a female in front of him. Like, stuff like that. Like, we're egging on things that we think is okay. Like, I know this last incident, the baby, he just smacked the lady. And I'm talking about smacked the.
So I got two feelings towards that.
Yeah, I got two feelings towards it too. Cause one thing, don't put no phone in my face with a light, and then just be flapping it like that.
I don't agree with him putting his hands on this lady.
That either.
However, the baby has made more than one statement and asked all of his fans and people to respect him, his space, and his family space. Mm-hmm. Now, if you so-called fan, you follow this man. You should know. You'd have heard this man say, respect him, his space, and his family space.
Had to go ahead
and you'd have walked up to me with a flag.
I'm talking about
I probably wouldn't have Mayweather that beat, but she probably would have got a motherfucking tornado
on that hard. Like, you think she hit him that hard? Like, she did boom, boom, boom. Like, it wasn't even. I feel like she was just really excited to see him, and she was just eager to like see him that close.
I mean, I'd be excited to see the baby too, but
that ain't the baby. That's my baby.
That's my baby. That ain't the baby. That's my baby. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, like, I'm the same way. Even if people have to understand that celebrities are still human.
Yeah, they are.
Like, respect folks' space. Like, folks, everybody had a problem with Summer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love her.
She got anxiety and stuff. Like, she don't want to be in certain space.
Yeah. It's stuff. The stuff
You're
like
a celebrity. It coming like, no, bitch, I'm still human. Just enjoy the music for what it is. Right. Wasn't nobody all in Frank and Beverly Lim face like that.
Nobody was in Sade face. I ain't never really seen her perform for real. But, you know, she has performed. But it's like, people don't like doing that. Some people just love making music for what it is.
Get out my face.
And like Summer, baby, y'all can't lie. That girl can sing whether she
y'all ain't gonna get no music no more from her if y'all pass her this vibe.
She gonna be like SZA and Rihanna. She gonna be like SZA. But what I don't agree with
Rihanna got on down, baby.
What I don't agree with Summer is she got her nose did and she did not need that. Baby look like a who from Whoville at that point. Like, baby, I love you. I'm so. But you look like a who from Whoville. You look like you going to say, Like, I don't understand. Like, bro, they showed a before and after picture, and it was just like, yo, your nose was pretty.
Everybody like that's, but that's what I have noticed. That's what the industry does to people,
and that's why I'm not in the industry. Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like all this different, you know what I'm saying, doing different stuff to your body and stuff like that, so that you can fit a certain mold and image. It ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now don't get me wrong. I do want to go, to Florida. Or California, somewhere, lay on that steel table and let them suck this stomach right on out. Because I'm being lazy and won't go to the gym.
Which is so much easier. I promise you, you're going to lose that weight like that because you are a dancer. You're an athletic body. And it's just like,
I want to just pay them that little coin and let them.
I give you some detox juice.
But see, I want them to staple it back together. I want them to freeze my fat cells so I can never get fat again. Like, they do all that. It just costs you. Y'all wonder why these celebrities be eating so much and don't get big.
You know what I want? All I want is that little cup suction that suck your butter. I just need my ass to be a little plumper than what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just, and that don't even require no type of nothing to go inside of you. It's just the suction of a cup and it just boom. Don't like that bitch on fire.
But even if I lose the weight, because how much I have let myself go,
I'm talking about baby.
I want to build the muscle up under the fat, and so it's gonna be harder and it's gonna take some time, and I don't want to wait.
Excuses.
It's excuses because I can put in the work, and a lot of times I do I rather just go to the gym because I want to earn my body and I appreciate it more. You know what I'm saying?
You will. I promise you, like you will. I did it for at least 6 months straight.
I know the biggest way for me to lose weight is to stop eating meat, but.
I ain't gonna say all that.
I did stop doing beef and pork, and I did notice a big change in everything.
Yesterday, so I ain't even
but it be hard because I like meat. That's why y'all see. Like, that's why I stopped performing, focusing on administration. Because I'm one of them people that I want to be involved with dancing and art. So let me find another avenue.
But at some point, you learn, like, because I've been dancing for 20 years now. 20. Like, Jesus, I've been dancing since 3. Most people be like, yeah, girl, I twirled in 3. No, baby, I was dancing. I was in competition at 4, parades at 5. no ma'am, we was not on the same level. Like doing star power, all that. But like as I got older, and now that I'm about to be 24, Kobe year, rest in peace, you know. But as I'm about to, you know, transition into my newer age, it's like I've been dancing so long. I find a joy in just choreographing and being a part of the behind the scenes like, of it. Because it's like you've done it so much. It's like at this point, I know if I go take a class, it's gonna be right there. Or it's gonna be kind of sort of in between, but it's still like I ain't never lost it.
It's
you know
like
what I'm
the
saying?
older generation be like, man, y'all still can dance. I'm like, y'all.
Hey, once you a dancer,
our generation don't be
in it for that damn Instagram.
We don't be thinking about it like that. Like all the people that came before us, there was in, you know, all these different pioneer modern companies and stuff like that.
It's just like we had a different type of mindset growing up and a different type of training style too. And it's like I feel like my last life of me actually being a real performer was at school. Was at Alabama State.
That was especially
because like honestly, when I came home, I did try and do a company or whatever. It was a great experience, but just the pay wasn't worth the time I spent. You know what I'm saying? But when I was at school, the money was worth time I spent because a lot of the trips that we had to go on was worth going on because we didn't have to pay that much. A lot of
your performers now didn't go to school.
Yeah.
So for especially for me, that's how I feel. I feel like my company life was school.
Yeah.
Ever since I've been in college.
Yeah.
I was in the dance company.
Right.
So I feel like that was my company life. You know what I'm saying? And I also kind of got burnt out because
you know?
I was at Alabama State, and then I also transferred. As soon as I transferred to my other school, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went straight into a faculty's piece. Like, it was just, as soon after I got through auditioning for the department, she was like, I want you in my piece. Yeah. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was my company life. That was my experience with it, you know what I'm saying? All the different guest artists, you know what I'm saying, we got to feed from. Yeah. Going to the different conferences and stuff like that. Especially IABD.
Yeah, oh yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all the different intensives that I've done, you know what I'm saying? Especially,
being
Mr.
around
Grant's
top
intensive,
people,
right? Top people, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially being around IABD, I have been around the best of the best.
Danced in
the
front
cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the best of the best.
It's like
I have nothing else. I'm not saying that I have something
I'm not going to say we don't have nothing
like,
else. You know what I'm saying? But I don't desire to do nothing else as far as that path.
Right.
Now, as far as like getting other dancers to get there, that's what I want to do. Or as far as like, you know, being on the back side of things, you know what I'm saying? I could be behind the curtain. I don't have to be seen.
I pulled a curtain. I've staged a curtain. I've staged a show. I've done it all.
That's all I be.
And that's what I like. Honestly, you find more joy in that. I'm not saying it's jobs. Not saying it's jobs, but you have fun being a part of production. You get to learn the actors. You get to learn the singers, the dancers, the director. You get to learn all types of new things. With more people. Yeah. I even learned how to light my own show for my senior piece, my senior year. Like, just by being a part of the theater, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like, you know, now being home and I have a school, thank you, Mr. Grant, to teach at, you know what I'm saying, New Manchester High School with Miss Adrian, his best friend. Like, I have that chance to literally, you know, be in the open with what I'm used to being around, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I have these little coaching jobs, but honestly, y'all, I don't want to teach majorette no more. I don't want to teach.
You get to that point.
I don't want to sit here and just, you know, not give them a chance to, you know, elevate themselves into something else. But it's like the coaches and stuff make it really hard because that's all they want. They hit you up on Instagram and be like, hey, I want to change. I want something different. Da 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 da. That you give them something different, which is so out of the element, like something called ballet or modern, and they looking at you like, oh, the kid's not really liking it. It's, girl, I'm trying to educate these babies. I'm not worried about what you really don't like and what you not interested in doing, because you teaching them what they don't realize. Major is
improper
cool.
Training.
It's a lot of improper training. These kids be slamming their little
pelvises. Ain't gonna make
right. They be slamming their little pelvises on the ground and stuff like that. And it's like, being a dancer and being an artist and being an actual like intellectual dancer and everything, we took dance anatomy and kinesiology, so we know what body parts you're literally hurting and damaging.
Each year they put on at least about 5 years on their body.
It's your like, knees alone. Like,
if you don't know how to use your trust me, I learned the hard way. If you don't know how to use your plie, and if your Achilles and all of that is be damaged, like
quickly,
mine now,
like this. You're going to feel like a 40-year-old,
landing flat-footed and jumping straight from a straight leg. Like,
y'all supposed to be damaging in these little kids with these little jumps into these little splits and stuff. It's cute when they actually do it in the little costumes, but baby, after the fact, them kids be hurting. And I know for a fact because they come into practice the next day trying to half-ass. And I be looking at them like, oh, no, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to.
Or even if they are doing it, they're not taking the initiative or the extra step to make sure they're taking care of their bodies afterwards. You know what I'm saying? They're not, although they're kids, they still need to go to the chiropractor. Right. They still, you know what I'm saying, need to do all these different exercises and go to the spa stretching too. And stuff like that, massages and stuff. Yeah. Their bodies still, they still have muscles just like you. Yeah. So their bodies still need all of this different stuff. And that goes back to the original topic of this video, parents not caring. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, just to be doing caring something, just to be doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? People don't invest in their kids the way our parents invested in us.
Baby, because they don't.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Mm-hmm. We just want to see everybody doing better.
Do better.
Actually care about your kids. Actually protect your kids. You know what I'm saying? Understand that nobody's going to protect your child the way you are.
Right.
But then again, going back to this initial topic, somebody else probably will take care better of your child than you will.
Right.
That's unfortunate because it's like, why even lay there and do what you're gonna do to get the child and not want?
Yeah, and then my thing is,
like, I don't want him.
Then he ended up
3 days later, she called and said, "Come get y'all child. He getting on my nerves." The baby only 3 days old.
Because he was crying.
He's a baby.
Because he was crying.
And you probably ain't picked him up.
Kidnapped him from the grandparents' house, and then that's when all the torture started happening. But baby, you could have just kept him there. He asked to go back to his grandparents' house several times.
And was writing suicide notes and everything. They called about that and they said he's only writing these because he wants to go back to his grandparents.
But why?
Why wouldn't you let him?
Why give it to her when she about to leave out the door? Then not once ever let the freaking social worker see the child.
Talk to the child.
See or talk. Because if she could have did that, a lot of this would have been eliminated within the process.
But no, first of all, as a social worker, you shouldn't even been leaving without seeing the child.
Yeah, that's another thing.
What was your point of even coming here? You seen when that lady went to the other lady's house, she went in, I need to see the baby. She had checked that they had water. She said, I need to see the diaper. You know what I'm saying? Back, you know what I'm saying? Finna drop that bit again. Make that bit happen. I'm full, fat, greedy.
Yeah, look at my plate. I ain't never almost finished my food again since I was little.
I got 9 wings
left. I don't even. That number didn't even pop up saved. So I don't even
okay,
know.
That's how I be.
I'm looking at it like.
And it could be somebody I'd apply for jobs. It'd be somebody calling for a job, and I'd have missed it because I don't know this number.
Right, it's foreign.
It wasn't listed on the website, so you better leave a voicemail and I'll call back. So, yep, you know what I'm saying? We out there, big.
We'll be back. I'll be back. I know I will. This food will be good, baby.
Closing